Good morning, everyone. It's about 5:15 a.m. and we are headed to my 11th country. And it's kind of surprising I haven't been here yet since it is just a drive away. But we are about 3 hours away from the border and then Niagara Falls. And then later after that, we're headed to Toronto. We are somewhere in New York, only about 30 minutes away from the border, stopping to get some gas. Hopefully, the only time we have to stop to get gas. We have made it. We're here at Broderick Park. Right there is Lake Erie, and right there, that's Canada. And right over there, there's the bridge. I believe that's the Peace Bridge that we're going to be taking to cross here in just a couple minutes. But we're going to walk around, walk down the lake, get some views of Canada, probably get something to eat before we go ahead and hop on the Peace Bridge and get into Canada. We just left Broderick Park and now we are headed to the Peace Bridge, which will take us to the border, which will take us to Niagara Falls. So that's where we're headed next. Alright, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. There was nobody sitting in line. Went right up there, gave my passport, went over, paid the toll, and we are now in Canada. So added to the list, number 11. So that was pretty easy. I will say it was, $11 for me to get in my single car. I know it costs less if you have an Easy Pass, stuff like that. So I'll get the toll chart and I'll throw it somewhere over here so you can get an idea of how much it'll be. But now we are on our way to Niagara Falls. Another 20-25 minutes, we'll be there. So we made it. We are here on the Canadian side of the falls. I'm already feeling the mist from them. So I am down here in the tunnels of the journey below the falls. And there's nobody here. This is kind of cool. We just took an elevator down 125 feet. I hope you guys can hear me. It's getting pretty loud. But we're underneath the falls right now. There's two lookout points up here. I'll show you guys right on the Canadian Falls. We'll look off the observing deck and get some really good views over there. So here we are at the observation deck. You definitely cannot hear me, but like here you can see, there's the falls right there. And there's literally nobody here. And I'm the only one on this. So if you're looking to come to the falls, you don't want to deal with all the crowds, February might be a good time to come. So I'm just going to keep walking around the falls here, take in the views, get some pictures, get some videos, stuff like that. And then we are going the exact opposite way of where we just were, 120 feet down to 770 feet above where we just were at the top of the Skyline Tower to get some amazing views of the falls. So we're now up here, over 700 feet above the falls, up at the top of the Skyline Tower. You get a great view of all of Ontario from up here. Basically nobody up here. Just all these amazing views all to yourselves. So down there you can see the Horseshoe Falls, which we were just over there earlier. And then right there, that snow-covered area, that's called Goat Island, which is a really popular spot to go get nice and close to the falls. Niagara Falls, on the way to Toronto now. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we're gonna stop at High Park on the way, which is supposed to be a pretty cool place. They got the zoo hiking trails, stuff like that. So yeah, today is Thursday. We're gonna be getting into Toronto earlier than I thought, which is great. Gives me some more time to explore the city since I will only be here until Sunday. Gotta get back to class on Monday, but more importantly, we gotta get back for the Super Bowl because that's Sunday night. You don't want to miss that. Yeah, if you guys want to go to Niagara Falls, February might be a good time because there was as few people as there's probably ever going to be at a place like Niagara Falls there today. Like I said, on Skyline Tower and the Journey Behind the Falls, I was pretty much the only one there. There's only a handful of people looking out at the falls, so you know, no crowds is nice. Like I said, free parking at the Skyline Tower is nice. So that's a little travel hack for you guys. Just go places during the off season if it might not be the perfect weather, but you know. So while we're stuck in this traffic, I might as well tell you guys some other travel plans we got planned for this year. So once we get back from this, I'm gonna keep doing these hopefully weekly weekend road trips. I'm hoping to do Mammoth Cave, the national park down in Kentucky here pretty soon. I got spring break coming up in about a month. I'm gonna be going to Mexico for 2 weeks. That'll be fun. And then once I graduate in May, I'm gonna be gone for a few weeks. I'm gonna go back to Mexico City this time. Gonna go down back to Guatemala and then over to Colombia. I'm gonna have some friends join me for Guatemala, so that should all be a really good time. So make sure you follow and subscribe. But overall, I would say the falls is definitely worth the drive. At least it was for me, only being, you know, three and a half hours away. Definitely would go again. As far as it being, you know, super worth a trip in and of itself, if you're going to Canada, not from like the Midwest, northeastern part of the US, I would say maybe not. There's probably better places to go. I'm definitely glad I went. You know, Niagara Falls I think is on a lot of people's list they want to go see, and being this close, it's kind of stupid not to go. So, you know, got that one done, out of the country, to the list. This is really different than the trips that I normally do. I do a lot more like backpacking type stuff and outdoor nature, kind of thrill-seeking adventure stuff, I guess you could say. So I was just in Guatemala a few weeks ago. I hiked the Catenango, the overnight up and down. That was amazing. Did Mount Etna down in Italy. That was cool. I was there for 2 weeks a few Thanksgivings ago. Thanksgiving, by the way, is a great time to travel to Europe if you're in the US, just because they don't celebrate over there. So there's a free little travel tip for you. If you're in the US and you're trying to go to Europe, Thanksgiving, end of November is probably a good time to go. But if any of that stuff sounds interesting to you guys, go check out my Instagram. I post a lot more over there, some more in-depth and detailed stuff about that. All right, we finally got out of that traffic, and now we're about 40 minutes away from High Park and then on to Toronto. So we finally got out of that traffic, and we found our way to this little rocky beach here, where you can see over here behind me, Toronto skyline, which is super cool. We're gonna be there. I think we're only about 20 minutes away, but just want to show you guys this little place we found. Got a great view. It's a little cold out, but it's not too bad. So yeah, there's that, and next thing, High Park. Here now at High Park, just kind of wandering around, seeing what there is. I don't really have any type of game plan or expectations for this, just something cool to see on the way. So I'm gonna keep walking around. I was just gonna aimlessly walk around until I found something, but then I had an idea. Why don't I just throw the drone up and look for something and then go to it? That's what I'm gonna do. Go down here to an opening, throw the drone up, try to find something. So I just checked the map, and apparently zoo and a bunch of other stuff is this way. So that's where we're going. Just here walking around this zoo, and it's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, you know, they don't have any lions or tigers or anything, but it's more than just like a petting zoo with some alpacas. Like they got some yaks over there and cattle, and then emu back there and something over there. Looks like they got bison, so it's pretty cool just having here kind of in the middle of the park. Didn't see too much. Park is definitely a lot bigger, so we'll have to come back while we're still here, but I'm already kind of lost, don't really know where the car's at. We still got a half-hour drive to get to where we gotta go, to where we're gonna be staying. So heading out now, gonna be in actual Toronto here next. So we are here. We have finally made it to where we were going to be staying here, about 15 minutes outside of Toronto. As you can see, the skyline back there with the amazing sunset. So yeah, this is where we're going to be staying for the next few days, and tomorrow is going to be a new day.